Hi, my name is Kimberly Weigend, and I'm an associate producer on South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
Hi, I'm Stephanie, and I'm an animator on South Park: The Fractured Butthole.
Working with Trey and Matt is awesome. They were with us every step of the way, so from the very beginning, we talked concepts, we talked script, and South Park is kind of their baby, so they really care about the products that come out relating to South Park. So it's been a blast working with them. They're very iterative and collaborative, and it's really been fun.
Yeah.
So the way that Matt and Trey run the South Park show is it's accurate in that it's very fast. They go from nothing to a full episode in about 6 days. So we really had to refine our development process to sort of match that. And it's true that there are a lot of iterations within the scripting and within cinematics and stuff, and that's completely to be expected because they want to make the best product possible. So we were on board 100%, and I think it really paid off. We have a lot of really great content in the game, and fans and gamers are just, I think they're going to like it a lot. So for the combat, we really did build it from the ground up. It's completely new, and we took the best feedback that we got from Stick of Truth and applied it to the combat in the Fractured Butthole. But we added 2 key elements to combat, and that's space and time. And so space, now we have a grid, so you can move around in 3D space, and you can use that to your advantage tactically. And then there's time, which is the new kid's ability of farting, and sometimes you fart so powerfully that you can bend time. So it really adds a level of strategy and intensity and fun to combat.
Yeah, go. No.
So, again, working with Matt and Trey, they know that Ubisoft is good at developing games, and so they've really been collaborative with us and receptive to our game mechanics, pitches, and designs. And they're honest though if they say that's not really going to land or that's not really what the joke is. It's not going to help the joke. Obviously we work with them and we make sure that whatever their vision is, we can bring it to life and we can add really good game mechanics behind it. So they're open to ideas, we're open to ideas certainly, and it's pretty fun. No. So nothing is really too far. We understood completely when making a South Park game that it's going to be like the show. So anything that you would expect to see on the show, you should expect to see in our game as well.
So on this project, we are able to actually animate with the actual assets that South Park uses on the show, which is exciting because the players are going to get exactly what they're watching on TV. And so this time around, we were able to take those assets and put them directly into the engine, which allows us to animate a wider variety of characters. None of our characters share rigs, which means that everybody gets unique animations, which is really exciting because it means that you're not going to see the same thing twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. So, yes, comedic timing is a big deal. And we've worked really hard with Matt and Trey and the South Park production team to make sure that all those jokes land. And there are times where we'll get a great joke and we'll say, but you know what's going to happen in this setting, in this situation, and the player might miss it. And so there's a lot of things where we want to make sure that we talk to Matt and Trey and they're aware of, like, here are our concerns from a gameplay point of view because that joke might not be there or it might not land. And they're absolutely receptive to that. And so it's been a pretty good process with them to make sure that all those jokes hit every time.
Absolutely. It's definitely not going to be exactly what you see in the show. This game is completely different from just what you see in the show. It's completely different from the first game. So, I mean, in a way, we've sort of totally revamped the entire town to reflect the story that we're trying to tell.
I think there's been lessons learned on both sides, to be honest. It's very much, Matt and Trey had done a couple of games in the past, and this is sort of, Stick of Truth was their first current console game that they made, and it was a big RPG, and so they learned a lot, and all those lessons were brought into the South Park Fractured Butthole development as well. So they learned a lot. We learned a lot too. I mean, it's been very interesting to sort of see how they run the show and how they get their assets in, and we've been able to take their assets directly and put them into our engine. So a lot of new processes, a lot of great design work on that end. So yeah.
It's South Park. Yeah. So I would say that yes, everyone can expect to see more of that that same kind of thing throughout the game. It's South Park, so you know nothing's off the table.
So for combat, we really did take the feedback into account from the Stick of Truth. And we really wanted to build upon what was good in the Stick of Truth and add sort of our own flair to it. And we knew from the very beginning that we wanted to have movement in the 3D space. So it's been a lot of that, and it's having the ability to have more buddies in as well. That was a big thing that we wanted. We wanted to really have it feel like it was your superhero team coming into battle, and really adding more of the buddies and more of the kids in town that are playing with you. So right from the beginning, those were the two big things that we really wanted to bring to the Fractured Butthole.